is to put the body into a lot of torturous, rigorous training. And what happens is the mentalism opens and it's very uncomfortable in there. So it grabs hold of, it becomes in control of the physical now, and it teaches the physical to become stronger. Remember what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Well, I thought tonight in this video, seeing that I'm still getting over my total knee reconstruction, it's been about 4 weeks now, it's not been in as much as I'd like it to, but then maybe I'm in a hurry to get it better. A bit of patience might be the thing. I thought, because I can't show you too many things about the Goju-Ryu system itself physically, we might talk about a bit of spiritualism in the martial arts, and there is some there. And they always said through rigorous training of the body that you can open the third eye, which is sometimes called the evil eye, you know, because sometimes when you gain enlightenment, you become captain of your own ship and master of your own destiny. So you can do with that power evil stuff, or you can go good. But through one way to open this sleeping spiritualism inside you is to put the body into a lot of torturous, rigorous training. And what happens is the mentalism opens and it's very uncomfortable in there. So it grabs hold of, it becomes in control of the physical now, and it teaches the physical to become stronger. Remember what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Well, it makes you stronger mentally, right? So this is what happens. But until then, the spiritualism is laying dormant inside you. So unless you really rigorously train and train and train, you won't even realize you're a duality. And you are, you're what they call, you're married to a beast and an incorporeal thing, something you can't see, which is mentalism. So if you're only going to train the physical side of karate, and some people are happy with that, some people make a living from it, that's as far as they want to go. They don't want to become spiritual, like a warrior monk, you might say. You know, there was always Zen, and it was always entwined with the martial arts, wasn't it? The Shinto priest who was a strong martial artist and also looked at his connection to nature. So if you want to be like that, and I did, I even named my book A Young Man's Quest Through Rigorous Training to Enlightenment. So when I first started on my journey, I was told to look at the 7 concepts or principles of the universe. And the 7 concepts are mentalism, correspondence, rhythm, vibration, gender, polarity, and the 7th one is cause and effect, which sometimes comes across as karma. You then say, oh, it's his karma. It's because what he caused, it affected something and came back to him. Okay, you reap what you sow. And on the cause and effect, a little example of that is if I throw a stone into the water, you've probably heard this before, the stone splashes in the water and ripples occur. So the cause was the stone and the effect is the ripples. That's a very basic example of cause and effect. But tonight we're going to go for correspondence. There's no order to look at these, and when if you do decide to research into the 7 principles of the universe, don't try and grab them all at the same time. It's like trying to catch 7 rabbits. You won't catch one. You should go for and catch one thing at a time. It's like trying to practice 7 katas at the same time. You won't get very good in any of them. Get one kata, get to know it, and then you go on to the other. So it's the same with the 7 concepts of the universe, and they're all as important as each other. So it's not number 1, number 2, number 3. They're all the same. So I'd like to just start with correspondence tonight, because I'm going to show you that there are 4 seasons in a year, but also in the macrocosm. You see, correspondence has a saying, as below, so above. as above, so below. You might have heard that but don't understand it. And what it means is in the microcosm, which is the visible world, what we see here, it corresponds with the macrocosm. It's similar but not the same. So I'm going to give you a little example to try and set you off on this journey to find correspondence all around you. And you'll get your connection to nature by knowing this one principle first. So as we can see in the microcosm, which is any year, it's visible, and we have spring, summer, autumn, winter. So what I'm going to show you is that we also have the 4 seasons in a lifetime. Now, some of you say, yeah, but we all live to be different ages. That's okay, but we can judge an age, can't we? I'd say 80 years is an age that we accept as being a lifetime, because if somebody dies at 80, people say, oh, it's a shame such and such died. Well, he was 80 or she was 80. They've had a good innings. But if they die in the 70s, we say, oh, shame they died a bit young, they didn't have a full life. And if they died at 60, 65, you say, oh dear, they never got to reach the retirement, what a shame. But we do accept at 80, they had a good innings. So let's go on 80 years as being a lifetime, the length of a lifetime that we all aspire to be. If you get to be 85, 90, good on you, you've had a long winter. So there's 80 years. Let's cut it into 4 sections. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Each one has 20 years, right? So I'll show you the correspondence between them. So in the visible world, the microcosm, I look at spring. And what do I see? I see in the animal kingdom, babies being born. I see even in the human kingdom, babies being born. In the bug kingdom, spring, everything's springing into life. In the flowers, young shoots are coming up. The young babies being born, spring lambs jumping around, just taking in all the information of this new world that they're in. Testing out the bodies, falling over, running around, gambling around, young horses running around while the mother's grazing. Spring is in the air. It's a time of birth and also of gender, of sex, because the birds and the bees are breeding and making babies. It's springtime. So I look in the macrocosm, which is our lifetime, which is now 1 to 20. That's our springtime. And similar thing, babies, we've just been born, all of us. We've just been born. We're from babies to, say, from 1 to 10, the first part of your spring. You're starting to get used to this body. You're sensory, you're touching things, you're putting things in your mouth. I know that's helps with your immune system too, to get a good immune system, but you're also trying things. Oh, that's hot, better not touch that. Oh, this feels nice. Lots of information coming in, but it's not being processed yet. You're just like a sponge. And this is happening, like I say, in the microcosm, and it happens in the first part of spring in the macrocosm. Now from 10 to 20, this is the second part of your spring, your body starts changing. You reach puberty, 14, and you're starting to be attracted to the opposite sex. Your body's developing sexually, and usually by the age of 20, a lot of us have had sex. A lot of us, some of us are late developers, but people have had a little bit of sex. So can you see in the microcosm and the macrocosm, the spring, there's sex there, there's babies being born, there's lots of information coming in but not being processed yet, and they correspond very similar but not the same. The sex came first in the microcosm, the sex came later. See, they are slightly different, but they do relate. So what comes after spring is summer, and believe me, these in the macrocosm, they are your best years. But first of all, we go to the microcosm, the physical, the visible, what I can see. And I look at summer, and it's a time of warm weather. People are feeling good because the sun's shining. Families are getting together and going camping, they're going down to the beach, it's a little bit of a family get together. People are enjoying summer, it's a time to be happy, right? So, and that's in the microcosm, I can see that. So in the macrocosm I look, and this is from 20 to 40, the real best time of your development of your mentalism and your body. Your body doesn't ache, the joints are very tight from 20 to 40. If you get sick, you get over it quick. If you get an injury, you're like rubber, you bounce back quick. You carve a name for yourself in sport. If you're a sports person, it's between 20 and 40 where you carve a name for yourself. I did in martial arts because I felt good. That's the time you've got energy and you're in generation. Let me just tell you that in life there's two parts. There's generation and degeneration. And from 1 year old to 40, which is right to the end of your summer, you're in generation. If you can imagine, you're running with the world. The world is forever changing, always getting new fads, things are being invented. And you are running with the world and you're very easy to adapt to whatever happens. Computers come in, yeah, I can adapt to it. If you're in your autumn and your winter, you find it very hard to adapt. So you're running with the world's with you, right to 40. Things come along and you adapt it very easy. You seize the moment. You say, let's go camping tomorrow. Yeah, let's do it. When you're in your older age, in your autumn and your winter years, you'll find 10 reasons why you can't do it tomorrow. I've got to feed my cat. I've got to do this. I've got to repair the boat. Okay, you're not as pliable. So summer is your best years. And pain-free in the body and mentally you're going to carve a name for yourself in the physical world or in your job. You're going to succeed in your job. They always said to me, I always heard it say that if you don't succeed in your job by the time of 40, it's too late. And I was thinking, well, that's still young, but I realised what they meant. This is summertime and you're going to, you've got the mental, you're now processing. Remember in spring you were taking things in like a sponge, but you wasn't thinking too much about it. I know at 20, we all thought we knew everything, but now you're into summer and you get to be 30, you realise at 20 you didn't know much at all because you hadn't processed it. Now in summer, you're processing you're still learning new things, but you're processing all the information and you're starting to get an opinion on things, which is good. Don't become too opinionated. Listen to other people's opinions, but it's good to have an opinion. All this is happening. And there's also family. But this time it's not your immediate family like in the microcosm. That was your family. In the macrocosm, you're at the age where you're looking for a mate. Remember, 20 to 40, you're going to get married and start your own family. Okay, so summer is the best time in your life. And can you see how it relates to the microcosm? Family is there, but in a different way. You're making your own family. In the yearly microcosm, you're with your family enjoying the summer. You're feeling good, it's a happy time, and it's happy for you in the macrocosm because your joints don't ache, you feel youthful, and you're carving a name for yourself. If you're an explorer, you're going to explore the world and make a name for yourself. Summer's a good time. Now, what comes after summer is autumn.
She, hey, go, hey, go, hey.